Alright, here we go, it's live. And don't let anything fool you. This is not AI. I really am this furry and handsome. It's a fact. Nothing artificial about my intelligence. That's for darn sure. Hey, why are we at this angle?
What?
Why are we? Did you just Stone Cold Steve Austin what me? No, dude, that's not what I was doing. What are you asking about? Why is the camera down here like this? Well, I don't know. That's where you have it at. With that, why are you asking me these kinds of questions? That's ridiculous. Because I left it here. This is my fault. I mean, generally that's how it works. Are you asking me to like do the intro? So chop chop. Can you pick this thing up, dude? Fine. Here, look. There. Now it's. I picked it up. Joe's about to be here. Oh, good. I'll get the intro in before Joe gets here. That's fine, man. If that's really what you want to do. All right, what is up, everyone? And thank you. Thank you for checking out Don't Say the F Word. We are a pro wrestling combat sports podcast, and yeah, we don't use the F word when we talk about professional wrestling. You probably shouldn't let your friends use it either. Anyway, Mark the Monster here. I'm the leader of the PWO, Great Puppet World Order, taking over. And yeah, these guys are gonna preview WWE Raw. We'll probably hear whatever's grinding Jeremy's gears lately. What's that supposed to mean? Just you always have something you're not happy about. That's not true. I'm a fairly positive guy. That's just. It says Joe is unable to join. What'd you do? I didn't do anything. I don't know. You were real adamant about me moving the camera, and now Joe can't join. That definitely seems like something you did. Not at all like something I did. I mean, I didn't even connect the soundboard or anything today. Yeah, I noticed. Why don't we have that? It'd be great to have some music. Hey, there's a little kid.
Yeah.
There is a little kid. Why is
Yeah.
she upside down?
Can take. That's how
Is she always upside down?
She always upside down. Yeah. All right, girl, go.
That's weird.
It ain't weird. All right. It ain't weird.
I thought maybe that was your puppet.
She kind of like my puppet, but get your butt out here.
I think she's your mini me.
We can go with that too. She is a mini version of me. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I do not look like him. He is brown like.
I think she looks just like you.
Yeah. See, look, they say you look just like me. Now what?
No, I don't.
The resemblance is uncanny.
I know. I can't.
You look like Deadpool.
I don't like Deadpool, girl. Get out of here. Go.
You look like Deadpool.
Go.
Deadpool.
Yeah. Yeah, Deadpool. Go, girl. You know, on Disney Plus, they show Deadpool advertisement. So, yeah, there you go.
No, you look like Deadpool. Poop. You look like Deadpool.
Oh, poop.
She's saying you look like dead poop.
I like dead poop. Wow. Wow.
It is incredibly offensive.
That you didn't want to take me to my
That really is.
Get your back here.
I've never heard someone be told they look like dead poop.
Yeah,
What would a live poop be?
I don't even know what live poop would be.
Yeah, if you're looking like dead poop, what would a live poop be? Still steaming?
Hey, Shark, what's a live poop look like?
Like dead poop?
No, what's a live poop look like? If I'm dead poop, what's a live poop look like?
Live poop?
Alive poop. What that look like?
Just poop.
Just poop?
Yeah.
Okay. There you go. Just poop.
What's that on a scooter?
There you go. When it stop raining, go.
How will you just do it?
Yeah. There you go. That's done. What? Go. Get the butt. All right. Yeah, with that. All right, bye. Yeah. Yay. That's my day. Yay!
And you're sure you want to take the summer off?
It's up in the air like a it's toss up. But yeah,
I mean, I don't know.
I don't know either.
It's risky. So, all of you out there and don't say the F word universe, Joe has an opportunity to take the summer off.
Probably just for a month. My goal would be a month. Just to chill.
But there's no guarantee for a situation that follows after the summer off.
That is correct. Yeah.
Which would make me a paranoid mess. Joe's probably going to handle it in stride.
I could just sit back, relax, chill. Like, maybe I could say, my dear white sister, I know you like to do some rearranging, help out around the house, girl, but your brother just needs you, brother needs you.
Oh, what's up? Oh, Wrestling Tees has joined us live on Instagram. Everyone, go check out Alt Wrestling Tees because professional wrestling has more than one t-shirt company.
There you go.
And his designs are better than anything you're going to find on Pro Wrestling Tees.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows? Maybe one day Alt Wrestling Tees will carry some Don't Say the F Word gear. Maybe we'll figure that out.
Hey, one day.
Probably not have this one, though.
I think you only want that shirt.
I'm probably the only person who wants to wear this.
I ain't mad.
I wore it to the amusement park today. There were a lot of double takes. A lot of people are like, what? Wait a minute. That ain't Biggie. Is that Hogan?
I believe it.
It got some double takes. Next trip I'll try and see if they went double takes. I'm gonna bring some stickers with me. And if I double take, I'm gonna give them a sticker for the podcast, or maybe a folding chair phone stand or something. I have something with me.
I would say just bring like at least 5 chairs and the rest stickers. Like give it to the first 5.
First 5 get a phone stand.
Yeah.
All right, Joe. It's a new week of pro wrestling, man.
It is. Yes, it is.
And before we even start previewing Raw, I have a question.
All right.
What exactly is the world title situations in WWE? Jey Uso's exclusive to Raw, right?
Raw. That's right. Yeah, he's Raw.
But John Cena just goes wherever the hell he wants?
I think John Cena is basically, yeah, he's Cena. He's the GOAT. He can go anywhere, but he's the SmackDown champion. So he could go on Raw, go to SmackDown, go to NXT. Hey, he can go to TNA if he wanted to.
Could you imagine?
I could.
Do you think that would happen?
That's in one of the prediction matches coming up in, what was that? Hold up. It was September at Victory Road.
I don't know. I don't know if they'll do it, and unless WWE it does have a plan to purchase TNA.
I mean, I think it's starting to see NXT and TNA are starting to come together as your new performance center. Because you got to think NXT is like your rookie. Then they're going to take TNA to your, not the professional, what's that, the rookie?
Semi-pro?
Semi-pro, there we go.
Then where the hell does that leave Evolve? What's Evolve then? I thought Evolve was supposed to end up becoming developmental for NXT. So is it going to go Evolve, NXT, then you go to TNA, and then you come to WWE? By the
Something
time
like
they
that.
do that with half the talent out there, they're gonna be washed.
Yeah, yeah, but I think that's what it's gonna be. I mean, look, you already got Trick in the main event over there in TNA right now.
Yeah. Trick Williams did show up in TNA.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm getting several things about WWE signing Del Rio.
Oh, Del Rio was still with AAA when they bought it, so you can't. And he was their world champion, so you can't just fire your own world
I got
champion.
people asking me if WWE signed him to a contract. Is that I ain't been home all day.
Okay.
I ain't been
So
connected. I haven't even looked at the Raw preview that we're gonna be talking about yet. So let me join that while we're having a conversation.
cool. So what happened is, I guess sometime between last night today, Del Rio is officially on the WWE roster. He's not in the alimony no more. And since they bought AAA, he's now considered a contract with WWE now. So, along with him and I think it was 8 other names they got from the AAA. Is now on the WWE roster.
I also have that WWE is expected to rebrand AAA as NXT Mexico. Are people just throwing like rumor things at me?
No, I ain't heard about that one yet, but so far the Del Rio thing is correct.
Huh. I mean, a lot of people don't like Del Rio for pretty obvious reasons.
Yes, obvious reason, but you can't just fire your world champion because of
You
you cutting.
100% can. And all the accusations about Alberto Del Rio, they absolutely should just fire him.
They should, but then he could get them for some type of lawsuit, I guess. But
Can't. It's a con. It's WWE. You're not winning the lawsuit. Someone got dead shit on their head and ain't winning their lawsuit. I don't think. Oh. So let's see. What else do I have coming from our Bleacher Report? Talk of the releases.
oh yeah,
Not that there should be everyone. I got one comment here. Who said this? Fuego Dinero. They really don't get the uproar about these releases. They get nobody wants to see anyone lose their job, but not one of the people who was released brought any value to the product. Wow.
damn. The women was doing great. Gigi, Katrina, they were doing great with the tag team, the women's tag team. Bron was okay.
Dude, I might be in the minority in my opinion, Braun Strowman. But I think Braun Strowman was a valuable part to the roster. I think you need a monster heel who has an ability to put over monster heels. Like Braun can keep losing to guys like Bronson Reed and guys like Jacob Fatu, and still on any given day, throw him in there and let him squash guys. Like he's still believable. He can lose to other monsters and make them a big deal, and you can still throw him in there and make him look powerful. We have Alt Wrestling T says they saw a post somewhere that said that WWE was talking with Ronda Rousey again. Man,
That's what I did see that.
dude, if they're talking with Ronda again, you absolutely cannot burn a bridge with WWE, like because she tried.
Oh, and also they said another reason why Braun got released because the pay they gave him was they felt it wasn't right.
I
was
was told he had a really good contract.
I heard it was the pay that he was paid a little bit too much for their expectation. That's why the main reason he got let go.
Someone told me that Braun's contract was a $2 million a year contract.
Yeah.
But what I don't know if that was the original before the release or if that's what he got brought back as. But it was a 2 contract.
Yeah, I heard it was like 1.5.
So probably there's probably somewhere in between there. It's probably what the reality is. Man, Ronda Rousey back in WWE. So I was man, we took so much heat whenever I thought Ronda Rousey sucked. And then suddenly, like, everyone, like, made the turn and everyone thought Ronda sucked. Like, out the gate, everyone was just, she's the best rookie since Kurt Angle. And and I'm like, she absolutely is not. She's not good. They didn't book her well. Like, there was a proper way to book Ronda Rousey, and they didn't do it.
I think it's because of Vinnie Mac's vision at the time for Ronda. And Triple H probably going to have a better direction for her, but I don't know if she want to go back because she got a baby. She don't want to be on the road every day.
Dude, if they bring her back, is there a redemption arc for Ronda Rousey? Like,
not really. No.
Because you know what they're going to try to do, right? They're going to attempt to bring her back and make her be a babyface.
I'll say they probably, it all depends on what show she's going on. She might go to Raw because they ain't got no.
I brought you in real close, so I can just tell this to everyone. Like, Ronda Rousey's not a babyface. Nothing about Ronda Rousey is babyface material. She is a heel because she is unbelievably unlikable.
Mm-hmm.
They should have booked her as a heel in the beginning. She should have. And they could have done this stupid her and that match they did at Mania with Triple H and Stephanie against. Who did she team with? Yeah, her and The Rock. They could have done that nonsense, then waited and brought her back at Rumble. And then they should have just had her just breaking chicks' arms. She should have just been booked as a monster. I had someone else say that Shayna Baszler should have been booked as a monster heel, especially after defeating Ronda. Who just said that? Somebody just said that here. But they're probably right. And BC Charles said that Shayna Baszler should have been a monster heel after beating Ronda Rousey. She should have got a run for the title. You're probably right.
Yeah, but it's hard to say with Ronda. Ronda, the only downside with Ronda was her mic skills, and she wasn't that good of a wrestler. All she had was that arm lock submission move as her main, and she did some of them.
They should have booked her as a wrestler.
Yeah.
They never should have booked her like a wrestler. They never should have been giving her like the flame eye makeup. They should have booked her like a killer. Ronda Rousey in WWE should have been booked like Ken Shamrock.
Oh, they did want her to do that, but she chose not to because she'd rather be her inspiration than Roddy Piper.
Bro, she's not Roddy Piper. Listen, you can own all the leather jackets you want. She's not Roddy Piper.
I know.
For multiple reasons. First of all, Roddy Piper wasn't an Olympic judo expert. Roddy Piper started wrestling as a professional at 15 years old. He started Golden Gloves boxing whenever he was like 12. Not the same. Ronda's MMA career, she did a lot for women's MMA, but all that shit was padded. It was all just silly. Like, listen, for whatever reason, man, believe whatever rumors you want, Dana White wanted to make Ronda Rousey a star. There may be reasons there, but they did just that. She became a star. They should have just followed suit. I mean, she was the only person in MMA that had a finishing move. Like, you knew Ronda was going for the armbar. Why would you bring her into pro wrestling and not just have her wrecking chicks with the armbar out of nowhere? It should have every match for her first 6 months should have been booked like shoots. It should have been booked like shoot fighting. Like, it should have been like pancrase. But only from her side. Not doing what they did with Kane and Brock. It should have been Ronda should have come out ready like she was doing an MMA fight and just been wrecking people. And that should have been the whole thing. She should have won the Rumble her first after she did the debut with The Rock. Not seen her again. She come back and won the Rumble. The next night on the the next Raw, she should have come out, and whoever was champ at the time, I don't remember who it was. Charlotte, probably. She should have just came out, said, "I'm facing you, and in the meantime, I'm going to clear out the entire roster." And every week, she should have just smashed chicks. Smashed them. Just the bell rings, and they're going for the collar and elbow tie-up. She should have shot in for a double, taken their arm and broke it, and just wiped out the roster. And then you could have got to Mania and have her lose to a pro wrestler. And the whole thing, every promo she cuts is about how she's not here to wrestle. She's not a pro wrestler. She's a fighter. And if you get in the ring with her, you're going to be in a fight. And she's been like, I'm not here for a long time. I'm here to collect the paycheck. I'm just about the money. That could have been the whole story. That could have been the whole thing. And then she should have lost at Mania. And then that could have humbled her. And then she could have then had her babyface run. And she went, oh, I didn't learn about pro wrestling. And you could have had it be something simple, where she tries the same like squash style match like she had been doing, where she goes to do a judo throw or whatever, and Charlotte Flair headbutts her because you can't headbutt in MMA. She could have bladed, cut her eyebrow, got some color, and that could have been the turning point of the match at Mania. That's what she. There's things you can do in pro wrestling that you can't do in MMA, and I have to be a better student of the game. That could have been the babyface story. It was so easy to write. It was literally right there. Yeah. Even whenever she was backstage and talked all the shit about how none of the chicks on the roster could beat her in a real fight, all that, that was an avenue to turn her monster heel and go that route of the MMA fighter. I don't know. You're never going to make a crowd like Ronda Rousey. She is just an unlikable human being.
She is, but there was. Whew, she had some that liked her. Most people hate her because she wanted to do things her way, and she wanted to be over more than what was Becky and Charlotte at the time. Oh, and she also had a backstage feud with Sasha Banks, aka Monet Money.
Yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting if they bring her back.
I don't think she will come back.
Trump said she's a real life bitch. She is. And I've never been a big Ronda fan. Her come up in MMA I thought was interesting because she had a finishing move, and that was kind of cool. But then she started believing that she could box, and you had guys like Joe Rogan coming on his podcast. So, she could beat most guys at 135, and said things like she could beat Floyd Mayweather. And we're like, okay, you're being ridiculous. That's talking crazy. She could have never beat Floyd Mayweather. That's not realistic. But you had Joe Rogan was out there saying it. Rogan was out, and people were eating it up.
Mm-hmm.
It sold a whole lot of pay-per-views. That's for damn sure. I don't know. Man, she might fit though. She might be a fit. Like they need something in the women's division in WWE. Maybe.
I don't think she's gonna fit now without Shayna being there. And right now,
Shayna's gonna go to TNA, right? I would think. Probably be a good fit for her.
I really don't know where they would go. She could just
There's no place
go back
for her
to
in AEW.
I mean, she could just go back to MMA and just do that, and she'd be fine. But they still got that going on. I don't know, but I don't think she'll fit in TNA.
I don't watch it enough to be able to say. I don't think it's really. I mean, if Josh Barnett did Bloodsport more often, that could be her route. But sadly, Bloodsport's not a weekly show. There's an avenue for someone to do it. There's an avenue for someone to do a Bloodsport style, like if I were going to start a wrestling promotion today,
mm-hmm.
Real Combat Wrestling, if you're looking for somebody, hey, you know, hey, if I were going to be booking a wrestling show, I would take a little bit of what Josh Barnett has going on with Bloodsport, and I would also go back and take just about every element from Pancrase and shoot fighting in general, because I trained in shoot fighting. I get it. One thing about my training in shoot fighting was whenever I did shoot fighting events, nobody told me that there was an element of shoot fighting that was a work. Interesting thing there. I didn't know. But I would do work. I would do a lot of work shoots. I'd do that hard hitting style where you have a lot of the MMA style striking. I would have no striking with a closed fist. All strikes have to be palm strikes, so that way you could throw a lot of real looking strikes, but it would all be palm strikes, so there's nobody's taking a ton of damage, and you can pull your punch a little bit, but still make full contact. So that way we're not doing that lame ass forearm thing. So I would do palm strikes, and then I would just book the shows to have that gritty feel that Bloodsport has. I don't know if I'd get rid of the ring ropes. I love that Bloodsport. I think it's a great aesthetic, and it really makes it different. But I think I would leave them there to have some versatility in the matches, because without the ring ropes, like, you kind of cut out some elements of things.
Yeah, but I watched it, and it looked like it seemed way better without the ropes, because you got more room to deal with more moves, and you know when you're going to get to the edge, so you know when to scoop back, and you give you some time to breathe.
So,
and
like, in fighting, like, I don't like rings. Like, if we're talking like a combat sport, like we're talking like MMA, whatever, I don't like a ring necessarily. I do like BKFC. I like their ring, their round ring. I think it's great visually, and I think it's, like, interesting for the sport. But if I were like, the Karate Combat has a cool concept where they have that pit where it just kind of comes up on the side, so it just kind of slopes up a little bit. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But one thing I like about ropes, and Pancrase had this, was that rope breaks were part of Pancrase. Trunk said, "You want a Kumite?" Yeah, I mean, maybe a little bit. So, like, whenever I was fighting, I enjoyed sparring in an open gym. So it's just open, not in the ring, not in a quarter cage or anything. I don't like cages. The cage, like the UFC, the Octagon, I hate it. It sucks. It sucks as a fighter. It sucks as a spectator. The only thing it's really good for is TV. It's profoundly beneficial to a grappler, to a wrestler, particularly. It's not beneficial to a submission artist. So if you're a good D1 wrestler, the cage helps you. If you're a kickboxer, the cage doesn't really help you. Visually, if you've never attended a live UFC event or any other live MMA event where they use a cage, the shit sucks. Visually, it's bad. You can't see. If you're on the floor, you can't see anything going on. You're watching the screens because you can't see shit. But if you did something that was just open, just an open area, it becomes a bit more like a fight. Like, there's no added element of the environment. Boxing, you get in the ropes, you can rope a dope, you can lean in, you can poke your head out, get separated, whatever. But if I were booking a wrestling show, I'd probably still use a wrestling ring. Okay. But I would but the style would be ingrained in Pancrase, much like Real Combat Wrestling. They should have me book the show. And yeah, but I would have wrestlers. There'd be some strict things. We would do a lot of thigh kicks, so a lot of leg kicks to the thigh, because those are impactful in MMA. You can do them and have them look super brutal, and you can pull it back a little bit. And if you wear shin pads, you can uncork crazy leg kicks. Now, I didn't train with shin pads, but after I kicked a guy one time and I broke his leg, all my training partners made me wear thick-ass shin pads. I had other guys wear thick shin pads, thick kick pads. I would do that. And I would book it very pancrase. It'd be a lot like Bloodsport. It would be very gritty.
There you go. There you go.
I think that's where Shayna Baszler could fit in if they had a weekly show. Why doesn't GCW do Bloodsport weekly? I don't understand. Even monthly.
It's probably, what was I going to say? It's a sport, but not a lot of people are into. They're probably into it when they hear like a popular name, like, hey, gonna be here, da-da. That's when it becomes popular. But if they got it out a little bit more, yeah, they probably would do weekly. But then you got to think about it. Who all would they have doing it? Because they'll have to round up, find some people that know what they're doing. And then, depending on the location, who want to travel, go that far for like a show or two shows and spend that type of money just for, I don't know. I don't want to say how much they can probably get, but, that's probably what it'd be.
Someone asking if WWE will bring in a trios title since they bought AAA and AAA has trios titles.
No.
I couldn't see WWE doing trios or like 6-man, whatever they would call it. I can't see them doing that.
No.
One big reason is that whenever you do a trios title, you tie up a large amount of your roster in a trios division. Now, granted, things can splinter off of that. Like, you could tell some great stories from a 6-man tag. You can end up with you can create some different feuds, some individuality, but you have to have a lot of your roster that, in story, get along.
Mm-hmm.
In pro wrestling, it's very limited that one dude has 2 friends.
Yeah, that's why tag teams are the only way to go.
Yeah, like it's not that often that anyone has 2 friends in pro wrestling. It's just not a thing. It's not a very common occurrence that they got 2 friends to go and have a battle. Like, you really need, think about it, 5 trios teams is 15 guys. That's everyone. Like, 15 guys is kind of everybody.
Yeah, and only person
Who's your main event scene on Monday Night Raw? What's your main event scene? Who do you say are Monday Night Raw main eventers? Jey Uso?
You got Jey, Seth, Breakker, Dirty Dom.
You call him Breakker main event? Dom's not main event. Dom's IC champ. Dom's mid card. So I'll give you Breakker since he just dropped the IC title.
Okay. Another main event. Yeah.
Gunther.
Okay. I said stuff. Let's see who else. Finn. Can't give about Finn. It's a flip flop because you don't know what show they're gonna be on. It could be because Roman, Cody, and all them be flip flopping on shows, so it's kind of hard to say.
Yeah, I call them SmackDown. They're SmackDown.
Okay. I'll stick with them, right? Them 5 right there.
You got 5 main eventers on Raw. How the hell do you tie up 15 guys for a trios title? You don't even got 10 guys in the main event scene. So the entire mid card operates in the world of being in trios. That's why I think the trios title suck in AEW.
Mm-hmm.
Like, your mid card's not that deep. You can't have all these guys tied up being trios. Everyone has to have 2 friends. If they turn on the 2 friends, they then have to make 2 more friends because everyone has to be available to wrestle a trios match at some point in time. I hate that shit.
Yeah, that's why I said trios ain't gonna work.
I'll never book a trios division. Just put it out there. I like tag team wrestling, but I don't like trios. Wherever one-offs here and there, they can be good. A random 6-man tag to settle something or to start something cool. But trios titles, man, it's absolutely a waste of time.
I'll say this. The trios would have been good in the black and gold NXT. I'll just leave it like that. It would have been good there.
Because you had Undisputed Era.
Yeah, and they had a lot of trios back then in that little time frame.
Yeah, I think it's hard to. I think it would just be hard to tie up so much of your roster. All right, let's get into the actual Raw preview.
Raw.
Let's see what we got here. So, happy Cinco de Mayo. To put that out there. If you're in Northeast Ohio, Don Tequila, Amherst, big Cinco de Mayo party, hosted by our boy Freddie from Fat Ink, Ohio. So we got biggest thing on WWE.com for Raw tonight. What's next for Seth Rollins, Bron Breakker, and Paul Heyman?
I don't know.
It's Jeff Cobb.
Oh. Did you see what else went on?
No.
Okay, so
all I've done today, I went to the gym, I went to the amusement park. I don't know what's been going on. I have so many things. People ask me, "What do you think's gonna happen with so and so?" I know who the releases were, but like I don't know. Like apparently people are tweeting and all kinds of.
Okay. As of right now, within the past 2-3 years, at Backlash, every 2 people had a third member joined the group. So, like in 2002, the Judgment Day with Rhea Ripley joining with Edge and
2022.
Yeah. Then you had what was it? Oh, Sami Zayn joining with Roman and Jay.
Join the Bloodline.
Yeah. So yeah. So they're saying this year you can see it again. You got Breakker and Seth. Third member can join.
Yeah, I think it would depend on who Seth faces at Backlash. I mean, Backlash is this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Seth doesn't even have a match.
Until tonight, maybe.
They're going to do something for Seth to have a match. I would imagine it's going to be Seth and Sami Zayn.
Maybe. I don't know if they say Sami is too weak or... Nah, they might going to say this is going to happen. Sami is going to find him a tag team partner for Saturday. And if I had to guess, I say it's Jimmy.
I think Sami and Jimmy versus Seth and Bron Breakker. What if it's Sami and Roman?
Nah, Roman gone for till next month. Sorry, y'all. Spoiler.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they will. I think the new guy for Paul Heyman's group will be Jeff Cobb. I just don't know how you bring him in. I would imagine we'll get Backlash will be Seth Rollins versus Sami Zayn, and maybe that's where Jeff Cobb comes into play. We also have Penta looks to get payback on JD McDonagh.
Hey, there you go.
Interesting way to go here because I feel like JD and Dom could turn babyface on any day. I feel like they both have enough support going. So to have Penta go against JD McDonagh could really split the crowd. The crowd was really behind JD after the injury, and do I think you need to turn him babyface? No, I don't. I don't even know if he'd be a good one, to be honest.
Yeah. Oh, and also, if you didn't hear, it was Triple H's idea for Dirty Dom to run back to the ring when he won the title at WrestleMania.
Oh, really? Triple H told him to go back out there?
Triple H, that's why you see him look at the camera and he looked at confused. Cameraman told him to run back to the ring because Triple H said the crowd was behind him, so run back to the ring. And that's when you heard everybody just jump up and cheer for him when he ran back in there.
I mean, it's the right call. The crowd really was excited to see it. One thing I don't know if the crowd's going to be excited to see, Becky Lynch tonight on Raw is expected to call out Lyra Valkyria. I mean, never has a heel turn been more of a miss.
I don't know why they did it, but
Well, I think because there wasn't a plan for her to come back at Mania. She just filled in for Bayley because whatever's going on there. And then I think they just had to do an about face to put the titles back on who they want them to be on.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, that heel turn was awful. The punches she threw were awful. I mean, am I wrong? This isn't just me. This isn't just Jeremy hating on women's pro wrestling here. The shit looked terrible.
It was like my kid trying to punch me in the face. Yeah.
You know what it reminded me of? Remember in 2019 when AEW was just getting started and you had the Dark Order and they had all the foot soldiers and they were all those guys who were just learning how to wrestle, and that one dude was throwing those terrible punches on Dustin Rhodes to the point that Dustin had to tweet about it.
Yeah, I remember that.
That's exactly what those Becky Lynch punches looked like. It was pitiful.
Yeah. Yeah, they did that. He was so close up at the camera view, had him right there. Like,
I blame production for AEWs because they were on the wrong camera. For WWE's, I just say is just one of your top women professional wrestlers to ever exist in Becky Lynch. At the end of the day, it just really isn't that good.
mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know what you're trying to do with the heel turn, but it ain't going to work.
That heel turn just bad timing, bad execution, bad reasoning. I don't think this promo tonight's going to save it. Good luck to her. I wish her the best. Good luck figuring it out. I just don't know. I don't know how you come back from this because it's just bad.
I'll say she'll lose the title. I mean, she'll lose the title shot right at Backlash for the IC. She's going to lose, probably.
Io Sky's going to take on Roxanne Perez.
Dang. That's going to be a good match. I ain't going to lie. Them two, they're good in the ring for women.
It does not say if this is if it's a title match, actually, just so you know. It just says it'll happen, doesn't say if it's a title match.
Okay. Right.
Otis is going to have a singles match against Rusev.
I saw that. Yeah.
I'm just going to say this.
I can say this. If it goes less than 2 minutes, poor Otis.
Otis is a missed opportunity in WWE. They literally fumbled this guy.
The Money in the Bank did it.
No, but I think he had redemption after that. Like, they did that, and then, but I think whenever you put him with Chad Gable, I think that version of Otis really had a chance to get over. I just think it needed to turn a corner for him to be a monster. I think there's still time, but now you don't have a monster for him to destroy. You got rid of Bron Breakker and Braun Strowman, so I will acknowledge when someone said, how did they get rid of Braun Strowman, but they kept Omos under contract? When Omos was never on TV and Braun got hurt and came right back to work. I don't know why, like, I'm an Omos fan. I don't know why they keep him under contract, though they don't use him.
Yeah. I think, I'm going to say this. I believe Omos is safe is because the Undertaker believes in him, and the Undertaker got connections, and the Undertaker said in an interview that Omos is the future for the Giants, and that as long as he got Omos under his wing, he could be a disaster, to be feared. And that's the main reason why I think he's still around, because of Undertaker got his back.
I'm an Omos fan. I like the guy. I think he's a nice guy. I think his work rate, he dedicated himself to improving in the ring. I think it showed. But they don't use him. I can't think of the last time he was ever used on TV. They're never going to use him. I mean, the last time he was used on TV, he was being managed by MVP. MVP has then left, served out his waiting period, re-signed with another company, started multiple storylines there, and is managing a tag team chains. Like, that's how long it's been since Omos has been used. I just feel bad. I think there was an opportunity to do something with Otis, and I think they missed the opportunity. That's literally all that's advertised for Raw tonight. I'm sure we're going to get something with Gunther and Pat McAfee.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they released Gunther suspension. He's back tonight. They have the face off.
Gunther's back.
They're going to have a face-to-face.
With all that, I got to ask everyone, when's the bell toll? What time does the first bell ring? Yeah, Trunks thought that Omos was legit. No, Omos is still in the company.
He's still
good
there.
for him. I'm glad he's still getting paid. It just seems like weird. Like you're using Braun Strowman on TV consistently, but you let him go. I understand. Omos probably doesn't have the deal Braun Strowman had.
Mm-hmm. I'll say 8-19.
You're going 8-19. I was thinking early tonight too. But there's not much. There's not much on the show.
Oh, Trunks is 8-20.
Trunks has 8-20. My wife did not give me her pick. I'm taking 8-15. I think it'll be early. Which is weird because this is go home Raw. This is the go home Raw before Backlash, and we're all thinking it's going to be an earlier time frame. There's not much booked for the show.
Yeah, I'm thinking 19.
Something gives me the inclination that like they're really going to have something go off on Raw for this to be a go home Raw before Backlash, unless they're just treating Backlash as like the most throwaway premium live event ever.
The main thing about Backlash, Orton, Cena, that's the main thing.
Yeah, but then I guess we do still have one more SmackDown.
Yeah,
but nothing about this past SmackDown made me more hyped for Orton and Cena. Like, it's a little tricky because I just kind of feel like I know how it ends.
Mm-hmm. I'll just say, it's going to be Orton. I mean, it's going to be Cena winning over Orton. It's going to be Jacob keeping his belt. That's all I know.
Yeah.
Oh, and Gunther definitely going to beat Pat McAfee.
So the rumor is Gunther versus Pat McAfee is designed to set up Goldberg versus Gunther at SummerSlam.
Yeah, I saw that too. Yeah.
I don't know how we use Pat McAfee as the connecting point for this.
I'm going to say Goldberg's going to be in the crowd and jumps out and help Pat.
I could see that. I could see that. That'd be a way to do it. You know, one thing I gotta do, I gotta say, Trunks, I hope you had a very happy free comic book day on Saturday. Saturday is free comic book day. So.
I missed out on that.
Yeah, before maybe Trunks will have one of those Gundam free comic books from Free Comic Book Day. They can get one of those.
He got connection. He'll find you one.
It's weird that there's just not anything that's like majorly exciting about Raw tonight. Hopefully, I mean, who's going to be facing Dom for the IC title at Backlash? Who's getting that match?
They ain't really said nobody for Dom first opponent yet because
right.
If I had, it's probably gonna be Finn.
But they're not even having those guys feud anymore. Like the Judgment Day is fine, seemingly
right now. But you gotta think, as of right now, the main point is off filming movies right now that kept them together. And now that gone for like the next month, she could make it happen. Well, it could happen without her being there
And she's still a tag champ.
and still tag team.
Kind of crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Joe, you said you had something to tell us today.
Oh, I showed up dead.
What do you got to tell us, Joe?
You know the heel John Cena persona?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. I know why he got this way. How old is Kate again?
My daughter?
How's Kate? Yeah.
She's 27.
All right. This is why I asked. Because Cena is speaking to you. The heel persona Cena is speaking to you. Think about it. He told everybody for 25 years he has been in every child's life. For 25 years, he done everything to make you and everyone else happy. He taught you how to do hustle, loyal, respect. Look at you. You taught Kate how to do hustle, loyal, respect. Look at Cena. He's been a guy who sacrificed everything to get where he's at. You sacrificed everything. Cena missed out on weddings, birthdays, family emergencies. Boom. Look at you.
Missed out on weddings, birthdays.
Nah.
The grind.
The grind. You made your child happy on payday, Friday, birthday, and ho-ho Santa Claus. And then when you had to do important things, like you promised her to take days off of work to do one thing, but then that boss said, I need you. Come on in. I promise I'll make it worth it. At the end, I understood. I told you I gave you the day off, but I really, really need you to come in. Broke her heart. You made a sacrifice to put you in the position you in today. And now Cena, he did all those exact things as a babyface. And now he is tired. He done so much for make everybody happy. You booed them. You cheered them. And at the end of the day, y'all never showed him the respect that he wants. This is the toxic relationship that you had. This is the toxic relationship he's talking about. He is this character, this person, one man trying to make millions of people happy. You, one person trying to make one person happy, and it never goes the way you want it. So this heel persona is he's tired. He watched your kid grow up. You seen your kid grow up. You're free now. He's free now. He ain't got to do shit no more to make you happy.
So what you're saying is that as I have in my real job, as I've climbed the corporate ladder and gotten to the position that I'm in, that at this stage of the game, I'm in my heel arc at work now because I'm more inclined to do what's best for me as opposed to what's best for the company, which is different in the last 20 years where I always put the company first. I mean, that might be true. that might be a little bit true. I like the parallels of real life and pro wrestling. I like that. Listen, I think it's interesting that Cena's heel arc is he's saying everything that's true, and that's making him a heel.
But one thing you left out, he's been trying to find the right person to take his spot, and nobody can never do that. You think somebody can take your spot? You think you found somebody yet? You probably went through 5 to 10 people, and nobody never got to your level. Cena, closest got is Roman, but he is still not at the Cena level yet.
It's interesting. So in my corporate life, my whole thing was always I wanted someone who came up under me to become my boss. So it's always been I want if you're coming up under me, I want to mentor you into being my boss. No one's ever gotten there. Everyone's replaceable.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I say with everything. I can give you the recipe. It doesn't mean it's going to have the same flavor. I can be replaced tomorrow, but they're never going to do what I do. Someone can sit in the chair.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean they're going to fill the role. Cena's right. No one is John Cena. No one ever will be. And that's why I say he should get to leave with the title. It's almost been 10 years since Roman Cena's promo, where Cena just burned him alive. Where he said, you should be embarrassed that I'm still here. I'm still here because you can't do your job. And I can do this better part-time than you could ever do it full-time. I like heel John Cena.
I said you can relate to it.
I really can. I really, really can. It's very interesting how you were able to connect those dots, because I took an additional day off work last week.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't call out. I just told him I'm not working Saturday. And just a little bit of rough. I'm gonna tell you, everybody else misses work all the time, and I'm telling you ahead of time, I ain't coming in. I ain't working. I got some shit I gotta do. And then like the day before, like no one had anything together. Like I'm solving like everyone's problems on every level. Those above me and cross organizations. Like, listen, like this is ridiculous. How is it no one has their shit together? It's impossible. Like, it's literally one of the largest companies on the planet, and no one has their shit together. No one has a plan.
See?
Yeah, I agree. The Trunk said he's not heel Cena, he's truth Cena. Yeah. And you know what? If you want to be villainized really quick, start telling people the truth. She said, you gotta start telling the truth. Wholeheartedly with no filter. And that's what John Cena's character is doing right now. Just tell them the truth. Let's be honest, we're all wrestling fans.
Mm-hmm.
One of the most interesting thing about our podcast and our group who enjoys our podcast is we're kind of like the outcast of wrestling fans on multiple levels. Trunk's kind of the outcast of wrestling fans, comic book fans. Like, you have weird subsects of everything.
Going so fast.
And I'm not surprised. Guns are popular again, and I'm here for it. But yeah, like I think like John Cena's right. A lot of wrestling fans are negative. It's a toxic relationship.
Mm-hmm.
I think oftentimes my relationship with my employees is toxic because I'm not allowed to tell them 100% honesty about themselves. And it's always been that way for almost 20 years. Because everybody has to be handled with kid gloves. Like John Cena said about his fan base. They had to be handled with kid gloves because they were children. Been there. Can't just someone just go, listen, you suck at what you do for a living.
Mm-hmm.
You always got to find some like creative way to tell someone, like, listen, you should just quit because you don't do this good, and I'm gonna fire you. Like, I don't know. Now, I've had that conversation. I've said it exactly that way. Sometimes it's gone over well. Sometimes it is not. But I don't know. I think it'll be John Cena's heel turn has me very intrigued. It's actually in this moment there's not a whole lot that's going on in WWE that's like super interesting. Go Home show has nothing really booked for it for Raw. Like I said, we peaked at Mania 40 for WWE. This roller coaster is coming down the first hill. I think our build to SummerSlam should get interesting once we get past Money in the Bank. But I think this month and I think next month are going to be kind of dragging along. Luckily, we have AEW. And we'll be back Wednesday to preview AEW Dynamite. and we'll be recapping Monday Night Raw. Joe, I just have one question for you before we say goodbye to everyone today, so everyone can go and get ready to enjoy Monday Night Raw.
Okay.
Will the Paul Heyman, Seth Rollins, Bron Breakker group get a name? Because it can't be Paragon, because that's what Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, and Roderick Strong, they're the Paragon, and I don't know what the hell that even means in AEW.
I knew it.
Yeah. I don't know what the hell that even. I don't know what a Paragon is. But are they going to name what I'm calling Dangerous Alliance 2.0? Are they going to name this group? They can't just call them the future of pro wrestling.
I would say maybe the Visionaries with an S.
I think it should just be Dangerous Alliance.
Or the best way, they could just be themselves. They don't really need a name, a group. They fine just like they is.
Got this coming. It was just BC George said would love to see Eddie Kingston somehow end up in WWE for one promo with John Cena and one promo with Seth Rollins.
Ooh. Ain't gonna happen, but it'd be good.
It ain't gonna happen, but God, I would love to see. I always say, man, Eddie Kingston and Punk, that promo that he cut on Punk, is right up there with the Cena, the Roman Reigns promo, and man, to see Eddie Kingston standing across the ring from John Cena cutting a promo, take all of my money. I would pay to just to watch it. You just do it. I pay to watch it. I don't even gotta be there. I would pay $1 on YouTube to watch that thing. And if you got enough for me to pay $1, like that's a taco. So, but yeah, thank you guys for joining us for Raw Revelations. It's our Monday show, Raw Revelations. I'm naming the week. I'm naming the daily show. I'm naming the shows.
Okay. So
Sunday is our Sunday service.
Sunday service. I go for that.
Where I can spit the Sunday sermon. See, this way, like the Don't Say the F Word podcast is slowly becoming the religion of professional wrestling. I am an ordained minister. 9 years I've been an ordained minister, Joe, and like you just connected real world scenarios to John Cena's character. Connected trials and tribulations of Aleister Black to real world struggles and starting new things, like having a new dog in your house. Pro wrestling is rooted in reality. It's real life struggles, perseverance, and Mick Foley, all these things. So, Sunday is Sunday service. So, if you want to talk pro wrestling, you're looking to hide from your family, you can tell them you're going to Sunday service and go sit in your car and watch Don't Say the F Word podcast. Monday is Raw Revelations. And Wednesday is just our midweek message.
Okay.
Midweek message. Check the church board to see everything going on with Don't Say the F Word podcast.
That's not bad. So what you gonna do about the tithes and offerings?
I mean, we pass around the collection plate. You guys can donate money to Bishop Mark. Oh, Deacon Mark the Monster. Deacon Mark the Monster.
There you go.
Hey, you just gotta keep moving forward. Pro wrestling can deliver a nice positive message. At the end of the day, that's what faith is, right? Being positive. Things always work out. As long as you keep moving forward and keep your shoulders off the mat, everything will be fine.
There you go.
I'm gonna put "Keep Your Shoulders Off the Mat" on the back of all the shirts. I like "Keep Your Shoulders Off the Mat." It's a good way to sign out.
There you go. Shoulder off the mat. That's not bad.
I'm putting it back to all my gym hoodies.
I'll be dying to see them too.
Yeah. Maybe one day I'll bring you all your gear and I'll put it in. I will put it on the back of your shirts too.
Yeah, I still be waiting for it. No worries. No worries. I got time.
Hey, you got time. All right, everyone. Thank you for checking us out for Raw Revelations on this lovely Monday. Enjoy Raw tonight. Maybe Joe will watch NXT tomorrow. Maybe I will. Who knows? I have my doubts, but then we'll see you guys Wednesday. We'll preview Dynamite, and we're going to recap Raw and see how things are looking as we're heading into Backlash weekend, where, honestly, I don't feel like WWE is progressing full steam ahead.
Mm-hmm.
So Wednesday, everybody.
All right.
Keep moving forward and keep your shoulders off the mat. We're out.
All right.